you worked quite most of the time in the public sector, but also in the private sector. What would you say were your biggest achievements, if you had to choose one for the public sector and one for the private sector? What
Look, in the public sector, definitely, I would say the largest achievement, and to an extent personal satisfaction, was when for 2 consecutive years Malta was ranked the first in terms of e-government services deployment and sophistication. So seeing Malta at the helm of something, which 10 years before practically was inexistent, and having been there throughout all the path is something which gives you great satisfaction, and I think is also very important for Malta's reputation in the digital segment.
How many times have you offered your resignation in all these roles that you've occupied? How many times have you felt the need to, maybe you didn't actually step down, but you offered your resignation?
You see, at Mita, I had the whole board of directors had resigned in the wake of the hacking incident which happened, if I recall well, in September of 2008, if I recall well. And we had taken the decision on the basis of the fact that we had informed Minister Grech at the time wrongly of the implications of the attack that had happened. We had based our information on the information which we were given by management, but then again we felt that despite obviously us not being the technical people, we felt it was a collective responsibility of the board to submit.
It wasn't accepted.
It wasn't.
Was that the only time that you've resigned, or have there been from
yes. Obviously then I had resigned from which was public, and I had resigned from Smart
City
in September, I think it was 2009.
And again from Mita after that.
And from Mita obviously in December, but that was more a matter of a personal choice at the time.
Would you describe yourself as a new face for the PN, maybe to attract the disgruntled voters, or are you the face of continuity?
I think I would more say the face of evolution, So I think I cannot say I'm new to the Nationalist Party, So I have been relatively active in the party. I was never extremely active, in the hub of the party, except for the electoral process itself, But I would say more it's a matter of evolution.
Are you the next Ostengart there?
I think Ostengart is Ostengart, and Claudio Grech is Claudio Grech.
What are the differences?
We tend, although many people think that we're very much alike, So we're very different. I think.
In what way?
In the way that Austin is very, very direct, So Austin is what you see is immediately what you get, So I tend to be slightly more diplomatic. Than him, Even
but you're not his puppet at the same time.
No, I'm neither his no one's,
Okay.
So I'm neither his and no one's, and rest assured, that I have my own ideas, which even politically may not be exactly in line with Ostengard's ideas.
Is he helping you though? He's not contesting the election. You're the prime candidate from Valletta. What sort of help is he giving you?
If Ostengard had contested the election, I would have not contested the election. Let me make it clear.
There is a bit of that team spirit.
Anyone, if JJ, for example, his son had contested, I would have not contested. It's no secret that Austin had encouraged me to contest the election, and I think the simple fact that he encouraged me, obviously, is in and of itself for me a significant, I would say, a significant motivator to work in the district. Obviously, I am from Valletta, born and bred in Valletta, and I like the people, and that comes naturally.
If George Borges-Olivier had independence, and Mintoff had freedom from the British, and Eddie had democracy and the EU, what is Gonzi's vision?
You see, I feel that today there is no big issue. So today when you go in households, there is no single issue which unites people behind the party. So today you have multiple issues. I think what Gonzi has done is that in the wake of an unprecedented, I would say, global economic meltdown, he managed to steer the economic ship in the right direction. I think, again, Smart City is a very long-term project, Chris. So and it would take an interview to explain. Today, no one speaks of the nearly 100 million which the promoters have put into the infrastructure in a site, which, with all due respect, was a dump up to a few years ago.
No, they talk about the jobs that were promised but didn't materialize.
In terms of the jobs, so the jobs were based on the projections that were being planned from Lancaster University and the private training providers. In effect, those jobs have been created, Chris. People think of Smart City, as just as if Smart City is going to be a large single company employing 5,000 people, which is not the case.
So the jobs weren't meant to be jobs that take place at Smart City, but you're saying what jobs were created?
What jobs? The IT jobs. If
the ones based all over
the 1,500 graduates per annum that come out from Lancaster University, in effect, are finding employment.
So what was the point of Smart City?
The point of Smart City was to create, the center itself was to create a business park, and the business park had to, in and of itself, trigger a further attraction of foreign direct investment into the operation of the site.
Has it been successful?
I think to date, the success cannot be seen. I think one has to assess the success.
Because it hasn't been successful, or because no one is seeing it?
Because I think the success will be measured, Chris, by the number of companies that actually come to Malta and set up.
And how many have?
That is, I'm not a about that.